Alrighty. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Good evening. How are you guys doing today? A lot of people waiting for me. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Yeah. So, what's up, folks? Yeah, Circle is running after hours. I don't know if something happened over there. Please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you guys want me to go over. Happy 4th of July for y'all. It's a big holiday, right? Here in the US, we don't have many holidays. In the United States, yeah, that is something that is very tough to get accustomed to when you're an immigrant, such as myself. Because everywhere else in the world, guys, we have a lot of holidays, like a lot. Plenty of them. And here in the US, we have like 3 holidays during the year, right? We have Thanksgiving, Independence Day, or 4th of July, Christmas, and what else? Like big holidays, big national holidays. We have 3, guys. That's it. Yeah, we work a lot. That's why we are the first economy of the world. Welcome back, folks. So, who's over there? Devin, Lynn, Kilerica, McMulling. McMulling is always here. What's up, bro? Welcome. Gilland, Lynn, Sandra. Who else? Ava, Tonya. Awesome. And guys, as I am streaming for you, I am also in one of the voice chats of our Discord chat. So if any of the members of my Patreon in English wants to ask me any question, verbally, let's just put it that way, please free to do so. Yeah, don't be shy. Come on. Ask me some question. I don't know, say hello. Yeah. So, nice, guys. So, were you guys surprised by the profit taking that we saw today? Big time, right? On Palantir, Nvidia, Oklo. We got an unusual put options alert on Oklo last week. So we were like, expecting some sort of profit taking over there. AMD also went down. What else? And Palo Alto Networks, CrowdStrike. So for the most part, guys, what we saw today was profit taking. On what group of stocks, guys? On the winners of the second quarter of 2025. We saw a clear rotation. Clear. Coinbase also got killed, correct. Clear rotation, guys. Into what? Into healthcare stocks, consumer staple stocks, and I'm not going to say materials, and I am about to show you guys a chart that kind of illustrates what I am telling you. But the profit taking was very obvious. And obviously now the question that you guys are asking yourselves is like, is this a buy the dip opportunity, or are these stocks keep going down? We'll be addressing that doubt today. So what happened today in the markets, guys? Take a look. Another beneficiary of the rotation that we saw today, the Russell 2000. There's no love for the Russell 2000, guys. Small caps, the IWM. So the Russell 2000 went up today 0.92%. The Nasdaq down 0.82%. The S&P down, pretty much, not much, 0.11%. And the Dow Jones went up 400 points, up 0.91%. In the case of the Dow Jones, guys, the healthcare sector is a very important sector inside the Dow Jones. So healthcare stocks, especially UnitedHealth, that I guess that we will be talking about during the live stream today, is a very important component of the Dow Jones. Yeah. Why is it? Because the Dow Jones, guys, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is a price-weighted index. You guys should know that already. That's general knowledge about the markets that you guys should be aware of. So take a look at these, guys. These are the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. 11. Okay? So, If we take a look at the performance of the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500 during the last 3 months, take a look at what you guys see here, guys. On the second quarter of this year, the technology sector went up 21%. This is absolutely unbelievable. 21% during 3 months. Unbelievable. Guys, during a good year, a very good year for the markets, the Nasdaq 100, which is pretty much the represents, is a very good representation of the technology sector in the markets. During a very positive year, the Nasdaq 100 could go up 15%. That's a very good year, a very solid year for the Nasdaq 100. 15%. And get these, guys. The tech sector went up 21% during a 3-month period. It's unbelievable. We're seeing profit taking. It's okay. So take a look at other, let's say, Magnificent 7 related sector. Consumer discretionary up 11% during the second quarter of the year. This is a lot, guys. This is a lot. Unbelievable. And take a look at another Magnificent 7 related sector, which is communication services. Google, Meta, up 12% during the second quarter of 2025. So, you guys may ask, okay, but you're telling me about the winners. What sectors were the losers during the second quarter of the year? Get this. Healthcare, down 6%. 6%, guys. This is unbelievable. Why is it? Well, because take a look. If we take a look at a 4-hour chart of the SPY or the ETF of the S&P 500 bottomed out in early April. And after that, the SPY has gone up 29% from the April low. And despite the fact that the SPY went up almost 30% from since early April, the healthcare sector, guys, went down 6%. Absolutely unreal. Unbelievable. It's crazy. So, despite the fact that we are in the midst of a super amazing bull market, the healthcare sector, which, by the way, from a weight standpoint, is a very important sector inside the S&P 500, this sector didn't participate at all. Has not been participating in a super amazing bull market. And now we're seeing rotation into the healthcare sector. It's normal. And take a look at this other sector, guys. Consumer staples. Walmart, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola. So during a super bull market, the consumer staple sector only went up 1% in 3 months. 1%. So now they are buying these dips. They are buying dips on these underperforming sectors. That's it. This is not rocket science, guys. And take a look at what happened today. So now let me pull up here a chart of what happened today with the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. Take a look. Surprise, surprise. The second best performing sector was healthcare, up 1.42%. At some point today, guys, this sector was up 2%, which is a very solid day, taking into account that we are talking about, when we say healthcare, we're talking about XLV, which happens to be the health sector ETF, up 2% at some point today, at noon, pretty much. And what was the performance of consumer staples? Up 1.19%. We can make a case that because in the case of materials, XLB, B as in basket, this was the leading sector today, up 2.57%. But precious metals have been going up a lot recently, guys, because of the weakness of the US dollar. So that is a mechanical factor that helps out materials. And that's the reason why this sector led the markets today. But we are clearly seeing a rotation in favor of healthcare and consumer staples. Do you guys have any questions about this matter? Yeah, I want to clarify this for you to the penny. That's my idea. Okay? So how do you trade this tape? So if tomorrow, guys, pre-market, you guys see Eli Lilly and UnitedHealth and Humana going up and Nvidia going down and Microsoft going down and so forth, you can tell that pre-market, the tape is telling you that this rotation might keep going. So that would be a sign that this is not a good moment in order to buy these dips. Thoughts on XBI? We can go over XBI. Yeah, sure. Not a problem. But again, any questions about this potential rotation? Let me rephrase that. Any questions about this rotation potentially keep going? So keep this in mind, guys. Pre-market tomorrow, if you guys see, as I just told you, Nvidia in the red, and Palantir in the red, and Microsoft in the red, and Oklo also, I don't know, Oklo breaks $50 to the downside. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. And you guys see PepsiCo going up, pre-market, and Coca-Cola going up, and maybe Walmart having a good morning, then it's like, okay, maybe I should be rotating into those sectors. It's going up still. UNH. So guys, Eileen is in my Discord in English. She's a member of my Patreon in English. Yesterday we got an unusual call options alert of UnitedHealth. Yeah, we'll go over UNH. Yeah, on a timely manner. No worries. Yeah. If you made money out of UNH, Eileen, you shouldn't be upset. It's okay. You ended up making money. Yeah. Why is Apple up when the rest of the tech stocks are down? Because Apple has been an underperforming stock inside the tech sector. So this rotation, guys, so we could also see a rotation within the tech sector that could benefit the laggards. Google, Amazon, Apple. And we could see the big winners inside the tech sector going down. Nvidia, Microsoft. Yeah. Netflix is not a tech stock itself, but it got killed today, guys. This is a big winner. Yeah, back from the second quarter of the year. Yeah. So you guys have to be aware of these correlations. Yeah. And trade accordingly. Yeah. Sure. So if we take a look at a 4-hour chart of the SPY, guys, take a look at this. Oh, by the way, I gotta tell you, so this is a very special week, obviously, because we have a holiday on Friday. For the most part, guys, I would say that the vast majority of the time, the markets go up ahead of a 3-day weekend. That's the norm. 70% of the time. It would be very weird and unusual seeing the SPY getting killed into Thursday's afternoon, because by the way, the markets are obviously closed on Friday because in observance of the Independence Day, or in observance of July 4th. But on Thursday, the markets will be closing at 1 p.m. Did you guys know that? Yeah, we'll have a half trading session. So we are seeing trading sessions with low volume, low participation, and that situation should be increasing into Thursday afternoon. These are usually, let's say, not good trading sessions in order to be forcing trades and stuff. And if you guys happen to open positions during this week, unless you're trading futures, or unless you open very big positions, you have to think in terms of maybe having to wait until next week in order to close those positions. Yeah. More likely than not, I would say. You're right. It was a great day. I've lost it many times not taking profits. Yeah, guys, if you make a profit, and this is something that I have been talking about a lot with the members of my Patreon, and I always told you guys about this. Why would you be upset if you are making or if you made money out of a trade? I don't understand that, guys. Yeah, because I left money on the table. Who cares? You ended up making money. So why would you be upset about it? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe you could be upset if you lost money on a trade, but if you ended up making money, why would you be upset about it? It doesn't make any sense. It just that reflects a poor psychology towards the business. Yeah. Don't regret closing trades making money, guys. Don't do it. Because if you do it, you're pretty much complaining about not having a crystal ball. It just doesn't make any sense. You made money, move on. The stock is headed to the moon after I close the trade. I don't care. That's even better. Because the call option that I closed or the shares that I sold to whoever I sold those shares or those calls. So if the stock keeps going up, that implies that the person that I sold my shares or my calls to is also making money. But you guys are selfish. You guys want whoever is purchasing a call option or shares from you to lose money. You are bad people. You should be happy. If you closed a call option of UnitedHealth at $325 and the stock keeps going up, you should be happy. So the person that you sold the call to is also making money. I'm kidding, guys. I am obviously kidding. But guys, this business is 90% psychological. So if you close a trade and the stock keeps going up, or I don't know, or maybe you close a put option and the stock keeps going down, think about, like, I don't know. So the person that I sold my position to is also making money. Yeah. It's all psychological, guys. Okay. I was talking about the SPY, guys. There's no reason to try to guess the top here. This is a clear uptrend above all the moving averages. The 5 DMA is rising above the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200-day moving average. So we don't need to guess the top here. We have a pullback coming. We have a pullback coming here. Oh, yeah. We have a pullback coming, but we don't need to set a date for that. Why is it? Because we don't have a crystal ball. Wait until sellers show up, and once an important level of support is broken to the downside, okay, let's short the tape. Let's get some puts. But we don't need. I am not, guys, in the guessing business. That's not my business, guys. If that's your business, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're a clairvoyant. And you can I don't know, you can guess the future. You can foresee the future. But I am not in the guessing business, guys. I am in the trading business. I wait until the shorts tell me what to do. Why do I say that? Because I know, guys, that there are people trying to, guess a top here. Oh, the SPY has gone up too much. Oh, we are extended. Oh, the markets are priced to perfection. Okay. Are you buying puts here on the SPY? Above a rising 5 DMA? Okay, good luck. I wish you good luck. That's it. I'm not doing that. If the SPY breaks the 5 DMA to the downside, $613.80, which pretty much coincides with the previous all-time highs, okay, maybe I would be thinking about buying puts here, guys. Yeah. Gilland, how can I be part of your Patreon? So here's the deal, guys. I am obviously still active on Chris Saint's Discord. Of course, I am posting stuff. Oh, by the way, I called out earlier on today, Tessie, for the members of Chris Saint's Discord. Yeah, some of you guys Some of you guys were able to take that trade. So what's going on here in the case of my Patreon in English? Most of you guys know that I have been running my Patreon in Spanish during more than 4 years, guys. I have more than 800 people on my Patreon in Spanish, and some of you guys were signing up for my Patreon in Spanish, but you don't speak Spanish. That was an issue, guys, because I ended up reimbursing you the money and stuff like that. So you guys suggested to me during 2 years to start a Patreon in English, a Patreon and a Discord in English, and so you could be like more in touch with me, and I ended up doing it. So if you want to be more in touch with me during the training sessions, because I cannot put up, guys, with the with the main chat of our Discord, Chris Saints Discord, that is impossible. We are 30,000 people. It's impossible. It's impossible to keep up with. It's impossible. So if you want to be more in touch with me during the training sessions, in the description box of this live stream or video or whatever this is, you have the link of my Patreon. If you want to sign up. If you don't want to sign up, it's okay. I just wanted to be more in touch with you, which is impossible in the other server. I mean, it's impossible. Okay, any questions about the SPY? Can we move on to, I don't know, Palantir? We can go over Palantir here, guys. Is this a buy the dip opportunity on Palantir? That could be the case, right? Yeah. So, yeah, let's go over Palantir. Guys, I have been telling you over and over and over and over again about Palantir that, of course, we can have like big pullbacks in the case of Palantir, but and we've had like super, I would say, quote unquote, painful corrections here. But as long as the story behind Palantir doesn't accelerate, these dips will keep getting bought up. No doubt about it. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind, guys. These dips on Palantir will keep getting bought up. So, from a technical standpoint, and it is worth pointing out that Palantir went down today 4%, and it closed the trading session at $130.68. So, before you buy the dip on Palantir tomorrow, you need to ask yourselves, like, is the rotation into healthcare and consumer staples keep going? If the answer is yes, then you shouldn't be trying to buy the dip on Palantir. Okay, so from a technical standpoint, sellers just showed up. They broke the 5-day moving average to the downside. Actually, the 5-DMA is starting to kind of downward slope, as you guys can see over here. And when I refer to when I talk about the 5-DMA, I'm talking about this white line in white. As of now, the 5-DMA is signaling $137. The sellers could also break to the downside the 20-DMA, 20-day moving average. As of now, this 20-DMA is signaling $135. So this is not a good-looking chart in minor timeframes. But what happens if Palantir pays a visit down to the upward sloping or down to the rising 50-DMA, 50-day moving average? This 50-DMA is signaling as of now $125. It is also coinciding with a previous level of resistance back from May 5th. So what would be my plan on Palantir, guys? These kind of stocks, when I say these kind of stocks, I am talking about Palantir and Oklo and HEMS. When I trade these stocks, I prefer trading them on momentum, on good momentum. That implies that I prefer starting positions with these stocks bursting above previous levels of resistance. So my ideally, I would say, I would be interested in starting a trade on Palantir bursting above the 5-DMA, $137, with buyers showing strength. So that would be my ideal setup, but let's just put it that way. If Palantir doesn't take out, say that, I don't know, maybe Palantir gaps up tomorrow, and you guys see the bulls of Palantir struggling at recapturing the 20-DMA, $136. This could be a short signal. Why not? Maybe we could be getting some puts here on Palantir. Because if the bulls cannot take out this potential resistance zone between the 5 DMA at $137 and the 20 DMA at $135. This is a $1, pretty much a $2 potential resistance zone. Then maybe sellers could be outnumbering buyers here, and we could see a pullback from $135 ish. Above 137, so above the 20 and the 5-day moving average, I would be constructive about Palantir. And if it keeps pulling back, guys, I might be expecting buyers to provide the bears a hard time at $125. The slope of the moving averages is very important, guys. Take a look again. The 50 DMA is in green on this 4-hour chart. Let me zoom out. Take a look at the slope of the 50 DMA. Are you guys familiar with this concept? Most of you guys? With the slope of the moving averages? Did you guys know that when a moving average is rising and the price of the stock is above that moving average is potentially pushing price up? And the opposite happens when, so you guys should know this, Tonya, when a moving average is downward sloping and the price of that stock is below that moving average is putting downwards pressure over that stock. So, look, here we have the 5 DMA downward sloping. That isn't positive. That implies that in minor time frames, sellers have started to show up here. But a 50 DMA or a 50-day moving average is more important relative to a 5 DMA. So I am suspicious about the tape. I don't like the tape as long as Palantir remains trading below the 5 DMA. But if we happen to see a test of a rise in 50 DMA near $125, that on top of that is coinciding with a previous level of resistance, as I just told you, back from early May, this is a potential spot from which Palantir could be bouncing back up. If the 50 DMA breaks to the downside, we would need to reconsider all of this because the tape would be starting to look like more bearish, right? Okay. And I have a good example for you in regard to the slope of a moving average in the case of Tesla. We'll go over Tesla in just a second. So I am curious about 125. I would be bullish above 137. Now let me take a look at the market structure of Palantir, bro. The Messi of artificial intelligence. Let me see. Take a look, guys. I don't like the market structure. On top of this chart, you guys can see the demand. Buyers, it is going down. The supply is also going down, guys. But from a market structure standpoint, you don't want to see the demand going down. I don't like this market structure, guys. So be careful with a 50 DMA, with a retest. It could be providing support again, but if that 50 DMA, if that 50-day moving average breaks to the downside with the demand of Palantir going down, we could see more selling here. Yeah, it is an important level for the buyers. And above the 5 DMA would be constructive, guys, above 137, as I just said. Let me see if we can see any meaningful information on Palantir based on anchored volume weighted average price lines. Let's go see. Let me put up here trading view. Oh, take a look. Oh, take a look. Look at this, guys. So if we take a look at an anchored volume weighted average price line in the case of Palantir that comes from its last earnings report, Palantir reported on May 5th. Take a look at the price that we get, guys. 127. Bingo. Do you guys believe that this is a coincidence? To the F penny, guys. So what information is this anchored volume weighted average price line sending us, guys? Well, that the average market participant that started a position in Palantir from its last earnings report, which was an amazing earnings report, by the way, as of now has an average price of $128. Those buyers, those market participants that have positions in Palantir at $128 today defended price. That's positive, guys. Yeah, they were tested and they said, sorry for the phrase, fuck this. I am not selling out of my shares. I like Palantir. Palantir is the future, and then Ives is a freaking genius. And they added. And Palantir ended up bouncing back up from that level, guys. So this is also, I mean, this is an interesting development. So from it bounced off 128. So say that maybe this could be another potential scenario, guys. Say that Palantir tomorrow opens flat, and you start seeing the messy of artificial intelligence consolidating above 128. So if that were to happen, those buyers that have positions in Palantir from its last earnings report could still be defending price. So a potential process of consolidation of Palantir above 128 could open the door for a test of 135. Could open the door for a test of the 20-day moving average. There you go. And there goes your Palantir analysis. Good. Do you guys know that I met Dan Ives like 3 weeks ago? I went to the New York Stock Exchange, and I was able to talk to him on 2 occasions during that day. And wow, this guy is such a bull of Palantir, and I kind of try to put him in some sort of an uncomfortable situation, asking him about the multiples that Palantir trades as of now, which are very high multiples. And this guy ends up convincing you guys. Yeah. No, you have to think about the future, bro. And Palantir is going to be the next Microsoft. And forget about the multiples. The bears were bearish at 50. And the bears, he told me that. The bears were bearish at 50. And the bears were bearish at 90. And the bears were bearish at $120. And they will remain bearish forever because they don't see artificial intelligence on their spreadsheets. The guy ends up convincing you. He's a very nice guy. Yeah. And so far, I've been skeptical about Palantir's valuation, and I have been missing on a lot of gains, guys. Yeah. So far so good for the Ives, and so far so bad for me. Okay, what stock comes next? Let's go over Tessie, guys. Yeah, before you guys ask, let's go over Tessie. So look at this, guys. This is something this is an information that I posted on Christian's chat. Could any of you guys take this trade? Oh, sorry. Let me pull up. Let me get on my Discord channel. Look at this. Take a look at the time, guys. So today, July 1st, 8:33 a.m. Happy beginning of July. This is Christian's chat. I said, keep an eye on that 100 DMA on Tesla, guys. Take a look at the time, guys. 8:36 a.m. I even shared with you guys a 4-hour chart of Tesla. Look. It's a potential level for a bounce. If it breaks, you can short Tesla with both hands. I said this at 8:37 a.m. Buyers have to step in and defend price over there. So let's see what happened, guys. Let me pull up here a 1-day, 1-minute chart. Take a look, guys. So the trading session opened and Tesla violated or broke to the downside the 100 DMA. Look at this. And this was an immediate drop from 297 down to 293. A $4 drop right away, guys. Look, this is a very important spot, guys. This is none other than the 100-day moving average. Some use the 150-day moving average. I have to start using that one. Apparently, it works. It works out very, it provides very good results. Let's just put it that way. So then I said, guys, look. So this was at 8:37 a.m. Tesla below 298. No good for the bulls. If the bears push through, here the door opens for 282, which is a potential support zone. And then take a look at the time, guys. 9:36 a.m. Keep an eye on my call-outs. Some are good, some are bad. I would say that most of them are good call-outs. Okay, if 9:36 a.m. If Tesla recaptures 298,300, there could be a trade to the upside over there. Wait for buyers to show strength. Yeah, because Tesla was in the middle of nowhere, guys. Look. So, Tesla recaptured 298. Look. Which is a level that was coinciding with the 100-day moving average. It started to do close candles above 300, and the rest is history, guys. Look. Tesla went up from $300 up to $306. I actually took this trade live with the members of my Patreon. Look. To the penny, guys. And take a look at the time, guys. So Tesla shot up at 9:50 a.m. 9:50 a.m. So when I told you guys to keep an eye on Tessie consolidating between or above 298 and 300, what time was that? 9:36 a.m. Look. And then I said 307-ish is the next gap to the upside for Tesla. Tesla ended up going up to 306. There. So in the case of Tessie, supposedly tomorrow, and you guys know that the drama between President Trump and Elon keeps going. So now they are once again in a back and forth, which is not good news for Tessie. So tomorrow pre-market, probably between 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., we should have the delivery numbers for the second quarter of 2025. I think I have reasons to believe. Oh, by the way, today I am wearing my Tesla t-shirt, my Tesla shirt. Did you guys like it? Do you like my Tesla shirt? It's a nice one, right? I love this company, guys. I don't like the stock, but I love the company. I am actually a Tesla owner. I own a Model 3, guys. I love my vehicle. Oh, I love my vehicle. I love it. I swear to God, guys, I would never, ever buy another vehicle other than a Tesla. Oh, I love my car. I am a big Tesla fan. I am not a fan of the stock. Some of you guys make that mistake. So, some of you guys like a company, but you kind of link one thing to the other. So if you like, I don't know, any given company, so then you end up liking the stock as well. And we're talking about two very different things, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking that the second quarter delivery numbers are going to be ugly. But guys, today we kept getting bad news when it comes to Tesla's deliveries, because I don't know, the sales in some European country collapsed, and I don't know what country it was. It was a European country, and we found out that Tesla sales plummeted in that country during June, I guess, something like that. But take a look at how the bulls defended today, tooth and nail, this 100 DMA, this 100-day moving average. I have suspicions, guys, that at around $300, the markets are already discounting a negative or a worse than expected delivery numbers tomorrow. I have suspicions. If the shorts or if the Tesla short shows me otherwise, no problem. Whatever the short says, right? But I have suspicions, guys, that since the stock went down today, pretty much on the poor delivery numbers on I don't know what European country that was, and also we have in today's drop baked in the new fight between Elon and Trump. This level is going to be absolutely critical tomorrow, guys. Put this down on a sticky note. If the bulls of Tesla give up this 100-day moving average, which acted as support to the penny, as you guys can see over here, and as I called out earlier on today, and as I also said this morning, you can short Tesla with both hands, in my opinion. But if we get the delivery numbers, and I think, again, guys, that those numbers are going to be ugly. And Tesla holds this 100 DMA, or I don't know, maybe Tesla undertakes this 100 DMA, but buyers show up again and recapture, or are able to recapture this 100 DMA. I think that we can see higher prices on TESI tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a big day for TESI. If the delivery numbers actually come out tomorrow, I don't know if that is the case. It should be the case because it's going to be the second day of the month, second day of the quarter. So yeah, it should be. Those numbers should be coming out between 9 and 9:30 a.m. I think. Yeah, $100, absolutely critical. Below the one, sorry, $100. Below, sorry guys, I take that back. I'm super tired. Below the 100 DMA, a short. Above the 100 DMA. After the the delivery numbers come out and whatever it is, I could be thinking about trading TESI again. Let me take a look at the market structure of TESI. And again, guys, this is a stock that I know very well because I am not only a happy customer of TESI, I am also a shareholder since a long time ago. I am no longer bullish TESI. I might be mistaken. I think that Elon is that Elon is overstating the future of the company. But to be honest with you guys, I gotta be humble with it. I am not a tech oriented person, so understanding technology is not something that is it's not an ability I would say that I have. So that's why when I analyze from a financial standpoint these kind of tech stocks, and I guess that I've made the same mistake with Palantir until proven otherwise. I don't see the technology, like bringing in, tons of cash and revenue and profits, because again, I am not a tech oriented guy, guys. No pun intended. But I evaluate these companies from a financial standpoint, and that's why I am no longer bullish Tesla. I still have 110 shares at an average price of $95, and I have those shares over there in case I ended up being mistaken and Tesla goes to the moon, bruh, because Tesla is the future, bruh. But I don't know, guys. I think that I am not truly convinced that Tesla is the future, bruh. But well, so take a look at the market structure. Again, this is a market structure chart. On top of this chart, you guys can see the demand. Buyers, it is going down, and the supply is also going down. So you never want to see the demand of a stock going down. And I think that we can reconcile this market structure chart with the fact that the 5 DMA in white is downward sloping. So we have more sellers than buyers in minor timeframes. We have to be careful, guys. This 100 DMA is going to be a critical spot for TESI. And if we take a look at anchored value and weighted average price lines for TESI, I think that we already lost 2 important AV webs. Let me see. Let me go see. Yeah, take a look, guys. So over here, we can see 2 anchor VWAPs. One that comes from all-time highs, and that anchor VWAP is signaling $312. Well, this is a big level, guys, for TESI. Take a look at these, guys. So these are anchored value and weighted average price lines. So they show us the average price of the average market participant from a specific date based on volume. This is a very useful indicator, technical indicator, guys. So the average market participant that started a position on TESI from the presidential election, after which Tesla skyrocketed, has an average price of $319. And the average market participant that started a position on TESI from all-time highs, so Tesla hit $485 back in mid-December of last year. So those market participants have an average price of $310. So over here, guys, we have a potential resistance zone or a potential supply zone between $311 and $318. These market participants, all of them or most of them, are losing money as of now. They could be thinking about closing their positions on TESI, breaking even, should Tesla pull up to this potential resistance zone, right? So if we start a trade above the 100 DMA with Tessie holding this support, I think that the profit taking level could be $312. On top of that, guys, take a look at how the 200-day moving average in red is pretty much coinciding with the 50 DMA in green. $313. Why? This should be a tough spot for the bulls of Tessie, guys. $313 approximately. Robinhood markets. Let's go over Robinhood. This stock has been going on an absolute tour, guys. Yep. Profit taking today. So we've got nothing but good news about Robinhood recently, and the stock has reacted positively. Hood went down today 1.39%, and it closed the trading session at $92.33. So this was another victim of the profit-taking process and rotation that we saw today in the markets. So the same thing goes for Hood, guys. Keep an eye on the sectors that outperform today, and if those sectors keep outperforming the markets in general terms tomorrow, that might not be a good signal in order to start or in order to buy the dip on Robinhood. So the 5 DMA is clearly upward sloping, and it is pretty much coinciding with a previous level of resistance and a previous all-time highs for Hood at $86. And if I draw a line here, let me draw a line here. Take a look, guys. The 5 DMA is rising, pretty much coinciding with a previous level of resistance. So this is a spot from which Hood could be bouncing back up. $86. Yep. I wouldn't be chasing Hood here. Maybe a pullback down to 86. Say that 86 breaks. I would be keeping an eye on the rising 20-day moving average, also coinciding with several previous levels of overhead resistance. Take a look. So Hood failed on multiple occasions at $78 recently, and also on June 8th. So below the 5 DMA, we have another potential level of support at $78. With the convergence of the rising 20 DMA, 20-day moving average with other levels of previous resistance. It's a potential support zone. Yeah. I wouldn't chase it here. And on top of that, guys, keep an eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin was another victim of profit taking today. And this is a crypto-related stock. I guess that most of you guys are aware of that, right? Yeah, are you? You cannot trade Coinbase or Hood or Mata or MicroStrategy without keeping an eye on Bitcoin, guys. You have to, and I know that some of you guys are newies, but you need to try to get familiar with the different correlations of the markets. You cannot trade Hood without keeping an eye on Bitcoin. You just can't. This is a crypto-related stock. Period. Full stop. So if you want, say that Hood, just to set an example here, guys. Say that Hood is making a test of this upward sloping 5 DMA, $87. And maybe you think, okay, Alvaro said that this is a potential level of support. I might grab some calls here. But if Bitcoin is getting killed and going down, that is not an ideal setup in order to start a trade in Hood. Are we on the same page? Are we? Let me take a look. Now, I mean, this stock is pretty much at all-time highs, guys, so we don't have any important levels of overhead supply above the current price of Hood. So we don't need to take a look at Anchor VWAP. So let's go see the market structure of Hood. What do we see here? Oh, by the way, guys, for the members of my Patreon in English, tomorrow we have a market open live. Yeah, I am doing a market open. I was forgetting about that. So get ready. 9-10 a.m. Yeah. So take a look at the market structure. It looks very good, guys. Take a look at the demand. The demand is through the roof. The supply is starting to rise. But wow, the level of the supply is way below the level of the demand. The demand is skyrocketing. So this is a very good looking market structure, guys. In regular market conditions, without this rotation that we saw today keep going, I would be a buyer of this dip. With Bitcoin confirming the potential support. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Okay, let's go over SoFi, my BlowFi. What is going on in the case of SoFi? Let's go see another victim of profit taking, guys. Wow. So SoFi went down today 3% and it closed the trading session at $17.64. So profit taking above all the moving averages, above a rising 5 DMA, which is signaling as of now $17.20. This is a potential level of support, guys. That rising 5 DMA. Take a look at how this 5 DMA at $17 is coinciding with a previous level of resistance back from mid-February. $17.23. This is a potential spot from which SoFi could be bouncing back up. Say that it pulls back down further. Let me see. Yeah, we have a previous level of resistance back from, when is it? Back from June 24th. $16-ish. And $16 is slightly above a rising 20 DMA. Remember, the slope of the moving averages is very important, guys. So that 20 DMA could be pushing price up. So say that SoFi breaks 17 bucks to the downside. You could also be looking for support at 16 bucks. Or you could start a position in SoFi, guys, at 17 bucks and maybe add some more contracts at or near 16 bucks. This is still being a good looking short. Yeah. Let me go see the market structure of SoFi, my BlowFi. Let's go see. Look, the demand is rising. The supply is also rising. Remember, guys, demand buyers, supply sellers. The demand is going up. The supply is also starting to rise, but the level of the supply is lower relative to the level of the demand. So this market structure short we can reconcile that market structure short with this 4-hour short in which we see a rising 5 DMA, 17 bucks. This is a good looking short, guys. Today we just saw profit taken, so that's it. Nothing to be worried about, guys, because the SPY is pretty much trading at all-time highs. I gotta tell you guys, and this is something that I told the members of both of my patrons today. I told to the member of both patrons today this. Be careful. I saw a lot of fear of missing out today. Be careful. The markets are trading pretty much at all-time highs. When I say the markets, I am talking about the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. We can keep going higher. But we have a pullback coming, guys. We cannot time it. I don't want to time it. I don't need to time it because that's what I have the technical chart for. But when the markets are trading at all-time highs or near all-time highs, you have to be more conservative with the positions that you open. Keep that in mind, huh? Yeah. Because if you say that SoFi makes a test of 17 bucks, and I don't know, you're thinking about buying, I don't know, maybe 10 calls. Buy half of the regular positions that you open. Because if they pull the rug out, and they will pull the rug out. All of a sudden, the way that you can manage any given position is different. If you were conservative opening that position. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So if you usually buy 5 contracts of SoFi, try to buy 2 this time around. Even if you make less money. But be conservative, guys, because they will pull the rug out 1,000,000% guaranteed. We don't need to time it. We don't need to guess it. Because, again, that's what we have the technical charts for. But if you're being too aggressive with your positions, you will find yourself in a very uncomfortable situation. Are we on the same page about that? Are we? Don't look the other way. Okay, that's it with SoFi. Let's move on. What other stock you guys want me to go over? Let me see. Well, I take a how long are? Let me see. 54 minutes in. Wow, I talk too much, guys. Please analyze XBI. Yeah, the Biotech ETF. Let me go. Yeah, you were asking about XBI. You've been asking about XBI. So up to date 0.18% closed the trading session at $83. So look, XBI, if you are trading XBI, and this is another correlation that you need to get familiar with, is TLT. You cannot trade XBI, you cannot trade the Biotech ETF without keeping an eye on TLT. Why is it? Well, because most of the stocks or most of the companies that trade inside the XBI ETF are losing money companies. What does that imply, guys, in practical terms? So what benefits a company that is losing money, that isn't making any profit as of now? Think about this from a logical perspective, guys, while I take a sip of this. It's been a long day for me over here. Say that you're running a company, you're the CEO of any company, and you didn't make a profit yet. What do you need for your company to thrive, to grow? What do you need? And put this down on a sticky note, I would say as well, because you're learning something new today. Again, guys, I am the CEO of, I don't know, Alvarez LLC. And I have 50 employees. And I have a warehouse. And we're making, I don't know, we're making hats. Takeout loans? Correct. So what do you need? What do you need? And I think that the jobs report comes out on Thursday. Yeah, June's jobs report. More money? No. I mean, yes, of course. Every company needs more money. But losing money companies, guys, need lower interest rates. They need cheap access to capital. Correct, Lynn. So, if you're trading XBI, you need to keep an eye on TLT. Why is it? Well, because TLT is inversely correlated to interest rates. So yields go down, TLT goes up. So if you want to start a trade on XBI, you have to make sure that TLT is confirming the trade. This is a 20-year Treasury bond ETF, and you guys should know. You should know that Treasury yields are inversely correlated to bonds. So TLT is looking interesting here, guys, despite the fact that TLT is below a downward sloping 200-day moving average. So say that TLT recaptures this 100 DMA, $88. This could be positive for XBI, but mind you, guys, on Thursday we have the jobs report of June, and that monthly jobs report tends to affect in a very noticeable way, let's just put it that way, both TNX, which happens to be, which pretty much represents the 10-year Treasury yield, and TLT as well. So this week would not be a good week in order to start the trade on XBI, because today we got the JOLTS report, which is also a labor market related job, and that report came out better than expected. So that usually pushes yields up. So I wouldn't be starting a trade on XBI. I don't know, unless you tell me that, Alvaro, but I have information from the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right? And the jobs report of June is going to come out way lower than expected. If that were the case, guys, that would be positive for TLT, and therefore that might be positive for XBI. So keep an eye on both 100 DMAs, guys. I mean, over here in the case of XBI, we have on the 20, the 5, and the 100. So we have a potential support zone between the 20-day moving average, which as of now is signaling $83, and the 100 DMA. That is signaling as of now, sorry guys, which is signaling as of now $82. So above $83 with TLT going up, yeah, why not? This could be a potential possibility. All right, guys, let's talk about UnitedHealth, because this thing has been going on a tear. On a tear. So, and for those who are not on my Discord, put this down on a sticky note, guys. Let me go on. Let me get on our Discord. So we are posting, guys, on a daily basis on unusual options alerts. Take a look at the alert that we posted yesterday about UNH. And the members of my Patreon can reaffirm this information. Take a look, guys. June 30th. This information was posted yesterday on our Discord. So one of the alerts that we posted was this one. UNH, so last Friday, someone, we don't know who, probably an institution, invested $1.2 million in call options of UnitedHealth, expiring on March 20th of 2026. These were LIPs with a strike price of $300. What happened with UnitedHealth since yesterday, guys? Let's go see. Let me put up here a 5-day, 5-minute chart. This thing exploded to the upside. Take a look at this. From $309, so yesterday we had a tiny pullback. Once the trading session opened, UNH managed to find support on this level that pretty much makes the 5 DMA and the 20-day moving average coincide. Take a look, the 5 DMA in white and the 20 in pink. It bounced off those moving averages to the penny, and today this thing went ballistic. But take a look at the spot at which UNH fell at today, guys. After hours, actually. 328. Let's go see a 4-hour chart and take a look at these guys. $328 is a previous level of resistance back from May 19th, and also a previous level of resistance back from May 14th. And take a look at the slope of the 50-day moving average. So take a look at this green line, guys, which is the 50-day moving average. This moving average is not downward sloping, it is collapsing. Look, so it is pushing price down. This stock is a no touch, guys, between 328 and 335. Can you guys see this? This could even be a short. So our unusual call options alert already played out, because this stock exploded to the upside today. But for UNH to keep running, buyers have to push through here, guys, big time. They have to burst above 328, a very clear previous level of resistance, as you guys can see here. And on top of that, they need to recapture and burst above a clearly downtrending or a clearly downward sloping 50-day moving average. So I would be bearish, I would be skeptical about this UNH rally to keep going. But see, and taking into account that we are seeing a very clear rotation into healthcare stocks, UNH takes out $336, guys, and starts closing candle above 336. So if the bulls can burst above this, in my opinion, very important level of resistance, this stock could be off to the races, guys. This situation could be attracting a lot of buyers into this technical chart. Are we on the same page here, guys? Some people would be buying puts here, guys. Say that, I don't know, the session opens tomorrow and you guys notice that UNH cannot burst above 328, or maybe burst above 328 but fails at bursting above this downward slope in 50 DMA at 336, these stocks could be a short. But UNH bursts above 338, guys. And keep an eye on the unusual call option alert from yesterday, guys, that I just told you guys about. So these people invested $1.2 million, guys. This is a high conviction bet on UNH, expiring on March of 2026. Pretty much, I mean, it is not a leaps because it doesn't expire 1 year out, but they bought a lot of extrinsic value. So do you guys believe that the institution that put this money on the table wants to make a few bucks out of UNH? No. They believe that UNH is going way higher, and they want to exercise their right to purchase shares of UNH at $300 by the expiration date. This is a very bullish bet on UNH. Very bullish bet. Am I calling out a bottom here? No, absolutely not. I'm telling you that this is still a stock that doesn't look good, but above 338, I don't know. In case of a pullback, I would keep an eye on the 5 DMA that as of now is signaling $310. Yeah, let me take a look, by the way, at the market structure of UNH. Before I wrap it up, I think, guys, it's been a long day here, and I still have a lot to do. And yeah, take a look. So the demand isn't rising. It hasn't been rising since a long time ago, but at least the demand is flat, and the supply or sellers is going down. We can kind of reconcile that market structure short with the fact that over here we are seeing a rising 5 DMA. So we'll see what happens with UNH. Yep. And we are an hour and 7 minutes in. Okay, guys, so I am going to wrap it up. It's been a long day over here. And yeah, I guess that I will see you guys live tomorrow at 9, 10 a.m., something like that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And you guys have a happy 4th of July. Yeah. And as I always say, go grab a beer. There you go. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. Thanks. Bye-bye. Thanks.